Hi guys, this is Sahar TV. We've got some breaking news coming straight from Iran. Not technically from Iran, but the US forces are planning to attack, a near attack in Iran in the next 24 to 48 hours, possibly a couple more days. But according to reports we're getting, the US is planning to attack incredibly soon. This is a message we have from Donald J. Trump on Fox News. Let's watch.
Iran says that it will retaliate in the instance of U.S. strikes against U.S. assets in the Middle East. What do you say to U.S. service members about why it's worth the risk to intervene in Iran?
Yeah, Iran said that the last time I blew them up with the nuclear capability, which they don't have any longer. So Iran said that the last time. They better behave.
Do you think Iran is capable of withstanding the revolution going on inside their country and an external attack from the US, from Israel, from other countries? You think they can actually withstand that? I doubt that. So Trump knows exactly what he's talking about. We struck them last time. We blew them up. They did nothing in return. What makes you think they could do anything in return now? And they have to understand that the United States have military superiority in the region. Now, something a bit different. I mean, not a bit different. It relates. But it says here that Saudi Arabia will not let the United States use its airspace to attack Iran. Weird move by Mohammed bin Salman. I'm not going to lie. You know, after the U.S. sold you 500 warplanes, you're now refusing the U.S. to use your airspace to attack your enemy as well? Because Saudi Arabia is not a big fan of Iran, but right now they're refusing to do so, according to multiple reports. Kind of a bizarre move, I'm not going to lie, but it happened anyways. Now, this is according to Mossad commentary. Reuters reports that two European officials say U.S. military action against Iran now looks likely, with one saying it could come within the next 24 hours. An Israeli source also indicates President Trump appears to have decided to intervene, but details on timing and scope are still unclear. This comes amid heightened tensions as Iran's crackdown on massive protests continues, and Tehran warns it would retaliate against any U.S. attack. We've heard that before. Nothing major happened. But then we have a later report saying the New York Times quotes officials saying several more days may be required before a potential strike is carried out. And of course, the U.S. is planning to attack strategic Iranian regime infrastructure. It says here, a war between U.S. and Iran is on the brink. The U.S. Has decided to target Iran's assets and military personnel. U.S. officials have confirmed to CBS News that plans have been approved for a series of strikes over a number of days against targets including Iranian personnel and facilities inside Iraq and Syria. Now, the thing we have to remember is that U.S. doesn't have to intervene on the ground. They have the Iranian people doing the groundwork, the footwork. They're right there. They need to help the Iranian protesters, the revolutionists. They need to help them with disconnecting the internal communication system of the IRGC. They also need to help them topple strategic IRGC infrastructure. It must happen in order for the revolution to be complete. Again, no on-the-ground operation needs to be conducted from the US. So if anybody's scared of the US intervening and then being sucked into this war, I don't think that's the case. There's enough people in Iran rejecting the regime, and they'll do the dirty work because it's their dirty work. It says here, Islamic Republic forces raided a hospital with guns drawn, firing inside, tear gassing, smashing doors, and dragging out wounded protesters. Of course, the best way to kill people is once they are wounded in their hospital beds. Let's watch. Listen, you know what they say, if you can't beat them, scare them. And if they're stronger than you, then go to the wounded ones and attack them and kill them. I don't even know what happened to the people that they probably went in to search for. But according to reports we're hearing coming from Iran, you know, the last estimate that I heard was minimum 12,000 people. Different estimates estimate 20,000 people. So right now the situation in Iran is pretty horrific. How pathetic of you to do such a thing. We have another report saying, so as you can see, the Red Sea is on the other side of Saudi Arabia. But if they actually get to the Persian Gulf, which is at the top right corner, then they'll be closer to Iran. Wow, sucks to be the IRGC right now, let me tell you that.
Ago, meanwhile, got some breaking news. You see this map on your screen. That is where the United States has military bases throughout the Middle East. Now, we can confirm that the U.S. is withdrawing some personnel from major bases across the Middle East due to heightened regional tensions. And you look at some of this in Qatar, that's the Al Udeid Air Base. You got about 8,000 to 10,000 U.S. service members. That's one of the larger bases. You got another Army base in Kuwait that's been operating for some time now, several years, if not decades. So how much of withdrawal, we do not know.
And why?
And why is the ultimate question.
Yeah.
As to
I think we know why they're withdrawing forces is because they know that if Iran is going to attack them, they're not going to attack them all the way in the U.S. They're going to try and attack U.S. military bases in Saudi Arabia and in different parts of the Middle East because that's where the soldiers are. That's why. So I think we all know what's about to happen. I don't think anybody could escape from that. But this is a video coming to us from Vicegrad24 is the one who posted this. It says, a young Iranian man who just crossed the border from Iran into Turkey records a message to the world. He says that the people outside of Iran have no idea just how many protesters have been murdered by the Islamic regime. He says that they're shooting at people's chests all the time. Let's watch.
فقط کمک خارجی فقط کمک خارجی داشته همه شاهزاده رو صدا میزنن خارشون رو بگید هر کی غیر از این صدا میزنه شاهزاده نیستش که شاهزاده سمبل آزادیه اصلا کاری به اسم شاهزاده نداره مردم دوباره ناجیه برادر رو میکشن بیرحمانه دارن چراغا رو خاموش کردن هر کاری دلش میخواد دارن میکنن من پروازم کنسل شده بود از پرواز خارجی تهران به خارج از ایران خارجی همه کنسل شده و بدبختی یه پرواز ایرانی پیدا کردم حالا روی مثلا خوب نیست فقط کمک خارجی من تا الان تا ایران نباشید نمیفهمید وضعیت چطوری ترامپه مرامپه هر کی هست فقط کمک خارجی چشم امید بچه ها همه به شما هست بخیلی خارج از ایرانه من یه قطرم توی اقیانوس فقط میتونم قصه آنمو بهتون بگم جهنم رو دیدم تو ایران این چند روز جهنم رو دیدم گناه داریم خیلی گناه داریم خیلی گناه داریم حقمونی نیست فقط کمک خارجی چجوری میشه ما کمک بگیریم نمیدونم چطوری میتونیم وقتی کمک بگیریم کوه دارن غرقم میکنن تو سر سینه شلیک مستقیم بیرحمانه دارن میکشن همه رو.
What a horrific video to see. But as it pains me to watch these videos, the world needs to see it. The world needs to understand what's happening to Iranians right now. They disconnected the Wi-Fi and cell phone connection for a reason. They want to commit these acts without anybody knowing outside of Iran. It's horrific. It's horrific. The US needs to strike as fast as possible. Israel needs to strike as fast as possible. Because remember, our wars is not only our wars, and their war is not only their war, it's the world's war. Once the leadership is going to change, the world is going to be a better place. Hezbollah is funded by Iran, by the IRGC. Hamas is funded by the IRGC. The Houthis are funded by the IRGC. They are the biggest sponsor of terrorism around the world, period. The IRGC and the Ayatollah regime must be wiped out because that's what is happening there. You were so vocal for Palestine and Palestinians. Not that you should have, but you were. Because you cared for them, right? Why are you not vocal for the people in Iran right now who are crying for help, but you can't hear their cries because they're stuck with no Wi-Fi? It's pathetic. You're phony. Where is your voice? Help these people. They need us. They need us. Hopefully, the United States attacks soon, and hopefully the revolution will come to an end incredibly soon so we can go visit Iran and the Iranians are finally liberated. Thank you so much for watching this video. I'll keep updating you the more information comes out. Bye-bye. Javicha. If you'd like to watch more of my stuff, please check out my channel down below. If you like what you see, don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel and hit that notification button so you can be notified every time I upload new content. If you'd like to support me and the channel financially, you can do that using Buy Me Coffee or Patreon down in the links below. Also, we now have a Discord that you can join down in the link below. And now you can become a YouTube member and enjoy specific YouTube perks. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next video.